In Australia, 2/3 of people drive to work. Big distance road trip holidays are common, and classic car fares are popular. Affinity with cars here is cultural and ingrained. But after Friday, cars will no longer be made in Australia. Its last car factory will close. The company closing it, Motors-owned Holden, has been a fixture of Australian industry and culture for decades.
Holden's an icon to Australia, like the kangaroo and the meat pies, and I was brought up with the Holden cars. My father bought one exactly like this from Holden, brand new.
Holden's advertising played on theirs being all Aussie cars. Though they'll continue to sell cars in Australia, they'll now be imported from Europe, Asia and the United States, where production costs are lower. Australia's overall car industry was never huge, but at its peak it made nearly 500,000 cars a year. But that was when it was protected against imports. At one point there was a tariff on them of almost 60%. As tariffs disappeared and other countries made cars cheaper, Australia's car manufacturing suffered. Ford was the first big player to close its factories. Earlier this month, Toyota shut down production. Holden has held out just 2 weeks longer. The end of Australian-made cars like this one is a sign of the changing nature of Australia's economy, but it's not necessarily a sign of its decline. Australia's unemployment rate is low at 5.6%. As manual work declines, people are getting more skilled work or work in higher tech manufacturing.
Capitalism and economic evolution is the story of industries slowing down, closing and evolving, and the important thing is to concentrate on what needs to evolve so that our next 25 years is as successful on the numbers as our last 25 years.
Holden says it will keep on hundreds of designers and engineers in Australia and will help its thousands of former factory employees to find other jobs. Andrew Thomas, Al Jazeera, Sydney.